11 years ago today, my friend Ian died. He didn't die in a car wreck. He didn't die in a war. He died because of untreated high blood pressure, and he was a bodybuilder. I will never forget it. Ian was a great guy. He was an older brother to me. He taught me a lot about life. He taught me about bodybuilding. He taught me about working out. He taught me a lot about nutrition and a ton about diet. He loved working out and he loved the bodybuilding lifestyle. In the off season, he was 300 pounds. He competed at about 240 pounds. If you know anything about bodybuilding, he actually competed in a national level show against Phil Heath, who Phil Heath went on to win Mr. Olympia several times. So Ian was definitely a top level bodybuilder. He would spend $400 a week on food. Today, that'd probably be like $600. He lived in a one-bedroom apartment. He would work out every other day to maximize his recovery. He would lift heavy, and he just wanted to be as big as possible. He used to joke that he wanted people to struggle having to carry his casket. Unfortunately, his family didn't want to pay for him to have a proper funeral, so they cremated him. Ian loved life. And besides bodybuilding, he was just a great guy. Great sense of humor, very dependable. You could depend on him for anything. He always had your back. He was always there for you. He was also very truthful. He didn't sugarcoat anything. He would tell you the truth. And he took accountability for everything. He knew he had high blood pressure. And he was even, taking some medicine for it. But ultimately, it didn't work. He weighed too much. Your body doesn't care if it's muscle or if it's fat. If you weigh a lot and you're putting your heart through a lot of strain, bad things are going to happen. So, about 3 months or so before Ian died, you could tell that there was a change in how he was thinking. He had recently gotten engaged to a great girl who absolutely loved him. And you could tell that he was starting to really rethink what was important to him in life. He still loved working out, but he wasn't taking it to the extreme that he did before as a bodybuilder. About a month before he died, a lot of his close friends started to realize that something wasn't quite right. He was exhausted. He was tired all the time. No matter how much sleep he got, and no matter how much rest he got, he was just tired. He didn't have the energy. You could just see it in him. Well, unfortunately, the reason why he was tired was because he was in heart failure and no one knew it. When you're 42, you're not supposed to be in heart failure. So it was the day before my birthday, February 23rd, 2015. I decided I was working for a supplement company at the time, and I decided that I was going to stop by and see Ian that morning on my way going out of town. I stopped by the shop. It was closed. It was 10:30. Supposed to open at 10. Ian's never late. He he was one of the most dependable guys uh, in the world. If he was gonna said he was gonna do something, he would do it. So quickly, I saw the shop was closed and he wasn't there. I had this weird fleeting thought in my brain that, oh, Ian's dead. And I'm like, nah, that's not it. I'm just going to keep on driving and finish out this day so that I can get home at a decent time to hang out with my son, who at the time was, you know, only about 9 months old. Well, actually, no, 11 months old. So I was visiting another store, and one of my other really good friends called, and he told me that Ian had died. It was crazy because subconsciously I already knew. And the funny thing about it, I really got into dream journaling probably about a month or so after my son was born. And I would write down everything that I could remember when I woke up. Well, I looked back later on, you know, weeks later after Ian had died, and I had a crazy dream that I went to go see him at work. The store was closed. He wasn't in my dream, but his voice, I just knew it was his voice, told me, don't worry, just keep on going. It's crazy how your subconscious and things work out. I truly believe we're all connected. The last time I saw Ian was the first time that he was able to meet my son, and it was awesome. The biggest regret I have is that I didn't give him a hug the last time I saw him. And for some reason, right before I was about to leave, I had this urge to give him a hug, but I didn't. Ian's, he was one of those tough guys. He was a big dude. And, you didn't really think about, you know, giving him a hug. So, we went to the funeral. A lot of his friends got together. He had a dog named Prince that we're not really sure what happened to. His family took Prince, and unfortunately, Ian didn't have the best relationship with his family. And ultimately, I'm not really sure what happened to Prince or anything else. The biggest takeaway from the situation with Ian is that health is more important than trying to sacrifice your body to look a certain way. I mean, he loved it, and that was cool. And a lot of people love bodybuilding. and I get that too. But honestly, I wish Ian was here because I miss him a lot. I miss him a lot more than people think. And I think about him all the time. Ian was an awesome guy. I he impacted my life so much. And I'll never forget what he did for me, for my family, our friends. I'll never forget. Again, the takeaway is that when you're young, you think you're going to live forever. And so you do things that can compromise your health. And the issue is you don't really understand when you're young what that can lead to because death seems so far away. But unfortunately, what you do today will influence what happens to you in the future. It may not be tomorrow, it may not be a year, it may not be 10 years, but the stuff you do today will impact what happens to you later on. And if you've got a family that's depending on you to be there, you got to start thinking about them and start thinking less about yourself. Other people, your family, your friends are more important than what you want to do. It just is. You're so much bigger and you're so much more impactful than what you realize. You can't even comprehend the impact you have on other people's lives. And it's time that we all started to think that way and to shift our focus onto helping others and the greater good. I don't care how big you get or how lean you get, that's temporary. It's not going to last. It never will. What will last is your legacy and what you've done for other people and your community. Ian, I still miss you. And I hope maybe this message can help someone stay here a little longer. I love you, Ian.